I'm EkkiThump and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Let's see where we're going this week. Before we do that, actually I should craft a warp cell, shouldn't I? No, let me out, let me out. It's alright, I've got the stuff on me. I've just finished doing the setup for this episode. Warp cell into the hyperdrive. Alright, now then, let's see where we go in this episode. Hudajetska. It's an F-class star. Lots of planets. We'll see what we can scan out when we get there. I think it's a good idea to go to a some kind of base down there. It's quite nice to have those little interactions with the locals. So we're definitely not getting involved in a space battle, if that's a space battle. I don't think it is, there's just some freighters there. Oh, we need to pick up a dynamic resonator as well. Let's see if these ones are cheap. Because the last few systems we've been to, the resonators were really, really expensive. Oh, we'll get to you in a moment. Need to check the market first. Yeah, actually pretty cheap, below the galactic average. Could definitely buy 3 of those. Nothing else we really need from there, I don't think. So we've got all the stuff we need to deploy the Nomad Bay. All that's left to do is pick a planet. Planet base? What kind of planet base? Where am I looking? No, we don't want to have a little base. We want something we can interact with. We want a colony or like an abandoned outpost or something. Nothing on you two. You we've already scanned. Is that a moon or is that just an asteroid? Very close by. Very close by asteroid. You we've done. Okay, well, Siski it is. That's really bizarre. The planet's actually the same colour as it was in space. Right, well, we've got nowhere in particular to go. Oh, it's another mushroom world. We've not seen mushrooms in a while. Acid rain. Oh, check out that view over there. That's a good way to start. Alright, well, oh, what was that? The Triton, just the Triton. Okay. Well, no sense waiting. Let's get the exocraft down. Nomad, definitely want the Nomad. Yes, we do. Alright then. Start off as usual with a nice ruin. How far away is this one? Only 4 minutes, we might go for a double ruin. I realised, by the way, I forgot to speak to the bartender. If I remember at the end of the episode, we'll speak to him. If not, I'll tag it onto the start of the next one. Come on, you can make this. Oh my god, so close. I am stopping off as I go to get a fair amount of thamium as well as the plutonium we normally get. Because we've got quite a few electron vapors and suspension fluids, but we don't have any warp fuel in storage, obviously. Which means we need thamium to produce warp cells from antimatter. And we're going to need a lot of zinc and iridium as well to convert the electron vapor into antimatter. Alright, I'm actually going to get these. It's at this point a matter of convenience. If I get enough inventory slots, it'll make the farming pre-episode a bit quicker, because I can fit more lubricant and gel into my inventory, so in the end I may only have to do like 2 trips to the trade terminal instead of 1. Looks like we're right on course for some iridium. Grab a nice load of this. Any zinc within range? Plutonium over there. Thamium. Oh, there's some zinc over there. We should drive to it. And over here as well. Brilliant. I didn't like the look of that guy. How much zinc have we got now? 204. That'll last us. That'll last us quite a bit. Let's get back on the path towards this ruin. Alright, show me some antimatter, not suspension fluid, we've got loads of that. No, just suspension fluid. I'm actually selling suspension fluid at this point. I've got 20 of them back at base. Oh, look at this! Nearly just drove straight by this. It's I think it's a Korvax, like trade post, colony outpost, whatever they're called. Let's see if there's anyone around here. Oh. Yeah, same to you, mate. Hold on, let me get up there. Okay, so you're going to have some weird requirement for me to prove my allegiance to you. You see, oh, you're a scholar entity. No, we don't want you. A new life form. Fascinating. The Korvax convergence records all galactic life forms. You are now recorded. Goodbye now. Has this changed? Do I do I unlock faction allegiance or something when I reach a certain rep milestone? Maybe. No, we don't want to recruit a scientist. Because you'll remember, well, we've got pretty good rep with the Viking. We've done a lot of exploring of their planets. We've killed a lot of Sentinels and space pirates in their systems. And they were like in the mood to offer us allegiance, whatever that means, when we came to their trade post. Was it last episode? I think so. Apparently we don't have good enough rep with the Korvax. I wonder what that unlocks. Well, here we are at the ruin. This seems like a... Well, it's not that different, is it, actually? We've seen this kind of thing before. Actually, it's the same one we went to last time. It's the one where we've got to jump that gap to get to the actual plaque. Right, get all the words. Is there only 2? Right, so then we've got to go up here. And out through here, and we've got to get across this bit. Oh no, we haven't. There's There's actually a path up this bit. Oh well, we did a jumping puzzle anyway, just for the fun of it. The ancient marker hums at a frequency that burrows deep into my being, filling me with the voices of the Korvax echoes. Ehu. Korvax Prime was watched keenly and closely by an unknown race. It lurked in the depths of the darkness. Vigilant and patient, it awaited its time. The great disconnection was at hand. An entity? I bet that's the Atlas. There's no additional species that we've heard about, no cosmic horrors we've heard about so far, other than the Atlas. I bet the Atlas disconnected them. Well, that was quite quick, so we'll try and get another ruin. And only 10 minutes away again. Alright, we've got a little bit of a sidetrack. This should be good for a few nanite crystals. Nanite clusters? Nanite clusters. Oh, 5. That's great, that'll go a long way. Oh, god damn it, I turned the lights off again. That's more like it. I would still prefer antimatter, but vapor's a step up from suspension fluid. Another one right in our path. Alright, we can sell those cubes here, I think. So what have we got to sell? Cubes, yes. And fluid. And that's about it. What's this over here? Oh look! Excellent! Got a plaque on the way to the ruin. A free bonus one. Brilliant light erupts from the ancient marker. It encircles me, engulfing my mind with the memories and voices of the Korvax echoes. The dreams of entities who once worshipped here become my own. Ehu. The darkness burst forth with the force of a supernova. The great disconnection had begun. 100 million Korvax voices cried out. The Korvax echoes became a frenzy of noise. Innumerable cycles passed before balance was restored. Great disconnection. How on earth did this cosmic horror manage to disconnect what is a... I don't know where the Korvax mainframe, if that's even the right word, where this convergence actually is. We've got the idea now. They are basically what are they called? Not Gek. Geth from Mass Effect. So they have like mobile units, their casings, but the actual Korvax personalities live in some giant computer mainframe somewhere, I assume, called the Korvax Convergence. But somehow they got disconnected. I love the look of this planet. Everything fits very well together. You've got the greenish gloom. You've got these... I mean, they're some kind of cactus, I assume, but they're basically like leafless trees, sort of stripped bare by the acid rain. Then you've got the giant mushrooms, the giant fungi, that have, like, taken over as the main flora on the planet. Some planets do look like they've just been sort of thrown together at random, but this planet, if you saw it and didn't know it was randomly generated, you'd think it actually had some kind of theme to it. Now what do we have here? Sus fluid. Sus fluid, sus fluid. That's going straight on the galactic market. Oh, that's not plutonium, that's a plant. Alright, let's see if we can get a decent quantity of nanites from this one. 8. Well, better than 5. Okay, we are pretty close to that ruin now, so that should be the next stop, I think. Is it? Yeah, 45 seconds. Yeah. Right, so we've got 1 and 2, and then the main event. That's pretty much right, I think. The strange stone marker imparts the wisdom of the Korvax echoes to those who desire it. I do not know what dialect it speaks, yet somehow I understand the story of those who once worshipped here. The great disconnection. The masks and shells of the Korvax survivors shook with the screams of the disconnected. Lights dimmed as the enemy descended, malevolent in its intent. Their numbers were too many. Korvax Prime was destroyed. Korvax Prime? Wait, we know this part of the story already, don't we? The Gek did that. Well, not the Gek, the Gek first spawn. They did the great disconnection. What were these first spawn things anyway? We're doing right now. All the stories are sort of catching up with each other now. We've been lucky to find like 3 Korvax systems in a row. Now then, scan for alien structures. Go on then. One more drop pod. Why not? Alright, so we've got 48 slots in our exosuit now. That's pretty good. Oh, check it out. Well, we went for a double ruin episode. We've ended up with a quadruple ruin. Well, kind of. 2 ruins, 2 plaques. Whispers spill from the sharp edges of the artifact, recounting the dreams and memories of the Korvax echoes in my mother tongue. 100 million casing lights were dimmed. The great disconnection destroyed all that went before. The Korvax echoes became screams. Years stretched like millennia amidst the disarray, yet slowly, hope was reborn through logic. Hope through logic? I suppose they must have managed to rebuild themselves somehow. I mean, we know them now, they're a spacefaring civilization, so yeah, they must have managed to rebuild. I wonder if Korvax Prime is actually in the game. I'm pretty sure Earth isn't in the game, but yeah, I'm wondering if there's actually a planet called Korvax Prime we could find. Do you know, even if it's not meant to be there, it actually wouldn't surprise me. With like X quintillion planets all with random names, there might be one that just happens to be called Korvax Prime. Right, here's our monolith. So we'll have you. Examination. I was going to say extermination, but it's examination. And we've learned the Korvax word for IE. Is that IE as in IE? Help! And apologies. Or is that meant to be like I, as in yes? I'm very interested to see that word in context now. I'll be looking out for that one. I stand next to the powerful glow of the monolith, studying ancient runes, when suddenly my multi-tool begins to heat up. I can see wisps of a strange blue energy being pulled in from the obelisk and surrounding my combat attachments. If I pull the trigger, the exhaust will automatically open, allowing this strange ethereal substance into the body of my equipment. Well, I don't know what Duli Ugun Rogo means, but Korvax Echo's blessed technology is pretty clear. So let's pull the trigger. The blue energy fills my multi-tool and somehow installs a new technology blueprint. Grenade didn't we already have that? Plasma launcher companion unit damage radius. Maybe we didn't. Stunning with the Korvax has increased. We got an Atlas word, obviously. Did we get a Korvax casing or anything like that? No. Well, we got an Atlas word and a bit of tech that we already had. Alright, let's see. That will probably do it for this episode. I've got to drive, let's see. Well, only 17 minutes. I'll tell you what, I'll drive back over there, and to finish the episode we'll actually go back up to the space station and speak to the bartender who I forgot to speak to. Well, this is good. We just found another... I think this is another ruin on the way back to... no, not a ruin, like a plaque. Oh, no, this is a monolith, isn't it? It's got like 3 stones around it. It's a monolith. Let's see what this one gives us. I'm being watched. A red laser dot appears on the ancient stone structure. I'm a target. I turn but can't see the potential assailant. Somewhere out there on the alien landscape, someone's about to pull a trigger. There's no cover to speak of, and no time to get behind the obelisk. Suddenly, the words of an unknown power blaze brightly on the monolith. We can move back, we can stand still, or we can touch the monolith, and the monolith says, "Traveller, retreat." So, move back. I quickly move back, allowing a bright red energy surge to build in the monolith. It targets a distant figure who is swiftly vaporized. Thank you very much. That's another Atlas word, standing with Korvax. Korvax casing. Excellent. We've ended up with rather more stuff than I anticipated this episode. Alright, just about to take back off into space. That was a pretty good planet. We've picked up a lot of knowledge here. So much that I'm actually going to give it a name. I'm going to name it Alexandria Prime. After the famous library. Okay, let's get up to the space station and finish off by talking to the bartender. Well, the pirates have managed to do it again. They've managed to try and jump on me just as I'm going into the station, so no luck for them. Oh, Jesus, which am I facing? Let's get in there and see what he has to say. Alright, Divine Atlas Entity. Jesus, that's a fancy title for a bartender. The electronic life form is waiting for me, with a full range of companion unit blueprints clearly visible on the screen behind it. I feel as though it needs me to make a decision. First, its facial lights cover its metal shell in a warm and protective green. Second, they redirect onto my multi-tool in a deep and violent red. Well, not much luck knowing what he's on about. Traveller something something or something, Korvax echoes something something. Peaceful green. The life form gives me an exosuit technology blueprint. Health module Sigma. Not bad. We're going to build it right now. And Korvac standing. Okay, so that'll do it for this episode of No Man's Sky. Join me next time, we'll be continuing our xenoarchaeological adventures in an unknown galaxy. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you would like to see more gameplay of this game. I've been EkkiThump and I will see you next time.